The CAGED system for guitar is a way of organising the fretboard into 5 positions. Every chord, scale, arpeggio and so on can be placed into each one of these 5 positions. This prevents your fretboard looking like this and turns it into something much more like this. For this reason, I like to think of the CAGED system as a filing cabinet for everything you ever learn on guitar. Be sure to watch to the very end of this lesson to fully understand this concept, and remember to give a like below and comment if you learned something today. Let me show you how this works. The name CAGED is taken from the open chords C, A, G, E and D that every guitar player knows. Each one of these chords will suggest a different position on the fretboard. In CAGED, however, I prefer to think of the E chord as our starting position, as this will help tie in with how scales fit in with each position at a later stage. So we need to do some rearranging. CAGED is a more accurate representation of the CAGED system, as now the chord shapes are ordered correctly. It just doesn't quite roll off the tongue the same as CAGED does. Now let's use these chord shapes to map out our 5 positions on the fretboard. To do this, I'm going to show you how to play a G chord in 5 different locations across the neck. Starting with our E shape. To form a G chord using an E shape, we simply need to play a G bar chord starting from the 3rd fret of the low E string, or G note. This works because we have taken an E shape along with all the open strings and raised it up until we arrive at G. If you already know how to play a bar chord using an E shape, then this one should be pretty straightforward. This gives us our first way of playing a G chord using the CAGED system. We simply just reference the G root note and place the E shape on top. Next, we're using a D shape to form a G chord, which would look like this. So once again, we've taken our open D shape and raised it up, including the open D string, until we arrive at G. A quicker way of working this out, however, is to simply find the G note on the D string and attach the correct shape to it, or simply see how it attaches to our previous chord shape. Now we're going to form a G chord using an open C shape, which would look like this. Once again, all we've done is moved an open C shape up until we arrive at a G. To quickly place this chord down, simply find a G note on the A string, as this is where the root note of our C shape is found, and attach the correct shape. Or you could also see how this attaches itself to our previous chords. The 4th way of forming a G chord will be using an open A shape, which would look like this. If you're already well acquainted with bar chords, then this will look very familiar. Once again, this is simply an A chord that has been raised up, including all the open notes, to form a G. The quickest way to form this shape is to find a G note on the A string and attach the correct shape to it, or simply see how it attaches to our previous shapes. Take note that the root note from the C form chord and the A form chord is the same. The final position uses an open G chord to form a G chord, so if you were simply to play an open G chord at this stage, you would be absolutely correct. However, this really only applies to the key of G, and we need a way of playing this using a bar so that it can be used in any other key. For this, we need to visualize this chord played an octave higher. We would do this by referencing our G note on the low E string, and finding the same note 1 octave up on the same string, which would look like this. And let's not forget about the bar. Now, although this is correct, it doesn't make for an easily playable chord, and for this reason, we're going to remove a few notes. The shape you are looking at now is a common way of playing the final chord using our CAGED system. To find this chord quickly, rather than looking for the G root note on the low E string, as this is where the root note of our open G is located, look to the high E string, as this is also a G note, and then simply attach our G CAGED shape to this note instead. Let's look at how all 5 shapes connect together and join back up again after the final position. You should view these 5 CAGED shapes less like this and more like this, as the whole system repeats itself. You should practice playing all 5 chords in sequence to begin with to become fully acquainted with each position, which would sound like this. After this, start the whole sequence from a different starting note, like A for instance. In future lessons, I'll talk about how this applies to different chord shapes and scales, but this is a good starting point in working out how the fretboard is broken up into 5 positions. If you enjoyed this lesson and would like to see more like this, then feel free to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you in the next one.